Hello there. What is going on, everybody? Today, we're going to be taking a look at M.O.D.O.K from Marvel Crisis Protocol. As you know, this game, or you may not know, but this game is now officially out. So if you haven't already, I will put a link over towards the side at the end of the video to some of the other Marvel Crisis Protocol videos I have been doing. But yes, definitely a big fan of this game, and was happy to pick up some of the extra expansions that I didn't already have. So M.O.D.O.K is a nasty bad guy built by AIM, and he's flying around with the big fart chair. And we're gonna go ahead and unbox this guy. We're also gonna put him together. So if you were curious like how to build these characters, we'll do that as well. We've got our sprue here, and we've got some other stuff that's gonna be in here. Now this is like a $30 expansion. So you know you're looking at I think like 35 actually MSRP. I mean if you're my local game store, I got mine at Sci-Fi City here in Orlando, and you could get those for a few dollars cheaper. So, but yeah, it's they're not the cheapest of expansions, but at least you're getting like a bigger miniature. And also, this isn't the type of game that's going to want you to buy more than one of an expansion. So you're not going to need like extra M.O.D.O.Ks. You're not going to have to like be tempted to build an army of M.O.D.O.Ks or a M.O.D.O.K swarm or anything like that. So that's kind of cool. So let's take a look at all the cardboard first. So we've got, look at this. We've got some extra Hydra coins here. We've got some damage, and we've got some power, and we've got these new explosions. I don't know exactly what the explosions do, but I'm guessing they're gonna work. Oh, and look at these fancy little I don't know, what is that, Chitauri tech or something like that. So we got some new tokens that are probably gonna work with his crisis cards. So let's take a look at his unit card here. All right, so here we have the M.O.D.O.K card. Now, he starts out with a whopping 10 health, so that's really pretty nice. Also, before I get too far into this, let me remind you guys, there's still time to enter to win the $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. All you have to do is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. I should be announcing the winner next week, so stay tuned for that. As well as there's some big holiday-themed giveaways coming up in December. There's a lot of really cool stuff I have planned for December, so I'll talk about that later next week as well. Yes, 10 hull or 10 health. I say hull. I do a lot of Starship games as well. And we've got a short range movement. He's got the S, but he's the larger base, so the S isn't going to be too bad. He's size 4, so he's definitely a big dude. So not too many of the other heroes are going to be able to throw him around, which is nice because you put him somewhere, you have a pretty good chance that he'll be able to stay there. Hopefully, but in some cases, maybe not, right? And then his threat cost, he's going to cost 5, so he's going to be a little more expensive than a lot of your heroes that are in the core box, and that's one of the things that M.O.D.O.K is bringing to the table. And now I'm using the term hero here. Obviously, he's not a good guy, but since you can build your teams in Crisis Protocol however you want, I'm just using the word hero to mean a character. And now for his defense, he doesn't have the strongest defense. For physical attacks, he's only got a 2 for defense. So if you can get up there and punch him, you're going to be able to punch right through those little shields. He's got 3 for energy defense and 3 for mystic defense. Now, he does also bring the first mystical attack here with the psionic blast. This one is going to be really cool because none of the heroes in the core box had an attack like this. So it's going to deal range 4, 6 dice. It costs no power, so that one's really nice. Long range, big, strong hitting attack. And of course, he's going to gain power for it, and it's got the sap power keyword. So not only is he gaining power, but he's also going to drain your power, which is for every wild. So that's a really good power generating attack. And on top of that, it's rolling 6 dice. So it's super strong, great, and it's free. So automatically, I'm liking this guy. He's got a super strong attack. That's awesome. Now, next up, he's got the Doomsday Chair, which is going to cost 3. So if you hit really good on the Psionic Blast, you might be able to do Doomsday Chair in the very same turn, which would be pretty wild. And that one is also range 4. It's 7 dice attack, but it costs 3 power. It has the bleed keyword. It has Whirling Blades. Whirling Blade says after this attack is resolved, this character may make an additional Doomsday Chair attack without paying the energy cost. The additional attack must target another character within distance 2 of the original target character and does not have the Whirling Blade's special rule. So in other words, you're not gonna, it's not an infinite loop. You can make one extra attack, not infinite extra attacks. So that's really nice. So M.O.D.O.K can, in theory, potentially on the very first turn of the game, attack 3 times. Psionic Blast if it hits strong enough, and then into 2 Doomsday Chair attacks. And because it's psionic, I mean, it may end up, penetrating a lot of other people's defenses, because a lot of the people are strong against like physical and or energy, but not everybody is strong against psionic. So that's kind of cool. Now for his super abilities, for his superpowers, he's got Bow to the Will of M.O.D.O.K, it costs 2. Choose an enemy character within 3. Advance that character short range. A character can be affected by this superpower only once per turn. Now, this one doesn't mean you can only use it once per turn. You can only mind control somebody and make them... Now, advance means you can move them wherever you want. So it's different than like push or throw. Advance is just a straight movement. So you can just move people away, basically fear people into running away. Or, conversely, move somebody else into attack range of the rest of your team, or pull somebody away from like maybe a group buff or their benefit or something like that. So, or maybe push Baron Zemo away from the rest of his team so he's not be able to benefit them anymore. So that's a really cool keyword. He's got Imbecile, all the world is a weapon to M.O.D.O.K for only 2 power. And choose an interactive terrain feature size 3 or less within distance 3 and throw it long range. So this is a big throw. Again, a lot of characters have a throw. And they just name them all something different because they all have subtle differences. And this one can only be used once per turn. Now, the distinctions about his throw, first off, it's size 3 or less, which is about standard, but he's throwing it long range. So he's throwing it the longest maneuver template. And it's not a character. This one just says choose an interactive terrain feature. So you can't throw characters with him. Now, also, he's got this reactive one. P-Brain, M.O.D.O.K's genius is infinite. It has a power cost of X. After the character rolls attack dice or defense dice, it may spend any amount of power to use this superpower. For each power spent, this character may re-roll one of its own attack or defense dice. So he really wants to use that Psionic Blast as often as possible to generate lots of power because he is a power machine. And lastly, he's got the permanent always-on ability. When defending against an attack, this character changes wild results in the attack roll into blanks, which is really, really nasty. He's got that force field. And the cool thing is I'm tempted to kind of use some of this Green Stuff World, UV resin and build like force fields to actually go on his character. That would be pretty slick if I put those on his base, like for his psionic force field. That'd be fun. All right, but now we got to flip him over and look at the other side because, of course, these are double-sided cards. So when somebody gets knocked out, they have their injured side. Now, the big changes here is that he loses the psionic force field once he gets injured. He no longer has that psionic force field. And additionally, he only has 4 health remaining on the second side. So he becomes, like most of his health is, think of him as what he's 10 and 4. So, imagine him being like 7 and 7. So it's actually better because most of his health is with the shield. So he's harder to injure, but once he's injured, now he's much, much weaker because he's only got 4 health left and he loses the force field. So M.O.D.O.K seems like he's pretty tough to kill. We got some cards here too. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at his cards. First off, he's got, where's his Daily Bugle? This is what the, this is the secure one, right? Oh, there's 2. Wow. I'm not sure which one is which because you have the red and the blue ones. I just know you need a red and a blue. I forget which color is secure by default and which color is basically where you pick up. You're going to place 3 rubble piles as shown on map C. And I think that's what these are from his cardboard. You score 2 victory points if a character you control is holding the core during the cleanup phase. Oh, and so you can interact with this, roll 2 dice. If either of them is a bang, the character picks up the Kree Power Core asset and removes all rubble piles from the battlefield. And if they have this, they can only do 1 move per turn, and they're going to suffer damage. which is interesting. But yeah, so but you're gonna score 2 victory points if you're holding the core. So that's why it makes it's so much harder. So that's an interesting one. 2 victory points per score. So that's a pretty big deal. And but you know, you've got 3 of them, but only one is like basically everybody's searching through all of the rubble. That's kind of a cool one. So you've got these 3 rubble tokens that are going to go out, and as soon as somebody rolls a bang, you know, when they try to interact, oh, they flip it over. The other 2 are gone. So like they found that there's only 1 core, and that's why it's worth 2 victory points. So this could be a runaway leader situation right here. Wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Now he's also got. Let's take a look at his other cards. So the first 2 are going to be MODOK cards. So we've got Psychic Fortress. He can spend 3 power to play this card. He gains cover this round, which that basically lets him turn one of his defense dice into a block. Unless, of course, it is a skull, because those can't be modified. Allied characters gain cover this round within range 4 of M.O.D.O.K this round. That's really nice. He's protecting the whole team, which would be really nice if you put him on a good guy team. Like, he could be a powerful ally. He's using the Force. And a powerful ally it is. Judge me by my size, do you? Well, you could judge him by his size. He's a big character. And then we've got the AIM lackeys, also unaffiliated, so you can use this for any team. M.O.D.O.K may spend 3 power to play this card. Choose another allied character. That character may perform a move action as an additional action during its next activation this round. Well, that's kind of cool. Give somebody a free move. And, you know, what's kind of cool is like the artwork on these too. You see, oh, by the way, Taskmaster on there. But, you know, like you see Crossbones on there. That would actually be really good for Crossbones because he's so slow, right? Like an extra free move for him is going to be kind of cool. And then we've got Recalibration Matrix. And it looks like this one can be used for anybody. So this one can just offset, you know, your general cards. When an allied character is attacking or defending before the calculate success or failure step at the end of the modified dice step of the attack, it may spend 3 to play this card. The attacking and defending characters reroll all of their attack and defense dice. Wow, that's pretty fun. Just like, you know, I don't like this. I don't like the way this is going. Let's just redo everything. Especially after somebody spent like spent all their bananas to set their dice the way they wanted them to be. And you don't actually spend bananas. I thought that just sounded funny. So, all right, let's take a look at the sprue. All right, so there is the first part of the sprue. It's his base, and I wonder what this was connected to. Is this something? No, this might be something you need. I don't know if this is actually something you need. I better save that. Yeah, I don't think this goes to anything. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, and we've got this piece here. We got the legs and the arms, and this is, I guess, part of the fart explosion shooting him up, and this is part of his chair, I'm guessing. It looks that way. And then we've got the rest of the explosion here. That beautiful face only a mother could love. We've got his hairpiece and then his chair right there. I'm gonna, let's go ahead and clip them out, and yeah, we'll start putting them together. All right, so I've cut out all of my bits, and I got all my pieces kind of lined up right here. And we've got our instructions right here. And I've got my glue. Now, I'm kind of breaking away from using super glue. I've been using some of this. Now this one is all right. It's a little harder to get out. It's a little harder to work with. And a lot of people have been suggesting to use Tamiya extra thin. In my experience, this one can take a little bit longer to dry though. So we'll see. I'm gonna try and use the Tamiya. And yeah, so we're gonna put these 2 pieces together. This is gonna be the back of the head, and we'll put a little bit on all the holes and the creases. There we go. But yep. Okay. Nice and beautiful. I like that they kind of have the holes so they just go in decent anyway. Now I'm gonna put the face on, and then the legs are gonna go on. Now the legs had this little bit right here. I'm not sure if that's supposed to come off or not. I didn't clip it yet. We're gonna see if that has to come off yet. And then this. Let's go ahead. I think I want to do the glue on the inside of MODOKs. Yeah. I do like this applicator, though. It allows you to be very precise. I do find that the Tamiya seems to work really good for interior things. Doesn't seem to work as well for things that you want to hold really fast. So like if you're like gluing something to a base, it's not gonna like stand up on its own. So you'll have to hold it for a long time. And I've had some pieces that just like fell apart even after a long time. So, but interior pieces are already being kind of held together pretty good. Okay. He's getting there. Look at he's so pretty. He's so pretty. All right. Oh, right. So next up is the legs. All right. And they're okay, so they don't need that bottom piece because they're going to go in like that. So that little bottom piece there, we can just clip that right off. Kind of smooth that over a little bit. And do that for the other one as well. I love these sprue cutters. I was using some like needle nose pliers when I first started doing stuff with sprues, and they were just so imprecise. They would bend things, and it was not very good. All right, so we're gonna go like that. It's gonna fit in like that. So all right, let's get some glue on there so they don't slide out on us. So I'm curious how many of you guys have played Marvel Crisis Protocol yet. I know a lot of people were really eagerly anticipating this game finally coming out, and this has been a fun weekend, seeing everybody post how happy they are that they got either their shipping notice or they got their stuff already, and it's finally coming out. But it's a really fun game too. Really fun game. It's not like the Legion killer I thought it was going to be. It's not taking the place of a game like Star Wars Legion or something like that for me. It's something else. It's getting you a little bit of that Legion fix with a little bit less complexity. It's like the rules are a little bit more simple. It's the characters themselves that have all of their special rules. So that's kind of fun. All right, we got to do the hair piece and then the arms. Let's get that hair piece. Which way is that going to go on? Is this going to go on like that? Yeah, that's going to go on like that. All right. Okay, how do we want to do this? I guess we'll go all around. Yeah. All right. Yeah, the tester's glue tends to like melt the plastic a lot quicker. And if you get anywhere else, it can cause that, like the exterior of the plastic to kind of start to break down. And so like a smooth surface can get some of that on there and then end up being rough because now it's not so smooth anymore. All right. There he is. There you go. He's got his pretty haircut. All right. And now the arms. We got the arms right here. The arms are going to go in. This guy's actually really easy to put together. There were some in the core box I was not crazy about, specifically Zemo with his little tiny little shoulder pads that were their own separate piece. And I was like, really, guy? Did you really need those shoulder pads to be their own separate piece? I don't think you needed that. Don't think we needed separately sculpted shoulder pads. And they were so tiny. That was... Oh, there we go. Okay, we got the arms in. Wow, this guy has turned out to be really easy. Now we just got to do some other parts of the chair. We still got his, we need to get his little poop sack so he can, get that taken care of. And, all right, and we've got this part and this part. So this is going to go right here, and this one's going to go underneath into there like so, thereabouts, according to step 4. Oh, knocking things. All right. I don't think there's any. Oh, there is. Oh, well, there you go. All right. It looks like it's just going to go in pretty straightforward. All right. Okay. Put you in there. You He's locked in. And he's going to go underneath into MODOK, and he only goes one way, right there. Yeah. Okay. There we go. And then the rear section, which is going to be, I think, this one right here. That's going to go in real nice and easy. All right, so this one goes together real easy. Very happy about this. I thought with all the machinery, he had the potential to be like way more unnecessarily complex. And no, he's just about perfect as far as how many pieces he's got and how easy he is to put together. So I'm kind of happy about that. Happy when things go together nice and easy and they make sense. Okay, so we're almost done now. We just got to put the explosion together, which we got these 3 pieces left. So that should be real easy. We're just going to put these 2 into each other. And the good thing about using plastic glue or cement instead of crazy glue is you don't get your fingers stuck together or fingers stuck to plastic and then have to have that hard, sticky residue aspect of, all right, now where is this going to go in? It looks like it's going to fit in about right there. Looks like it's going in that way. Always try to line them up first so you know which way you're going. Make sure you didn't get anything backwards. Or okay, it's going to go in just like that. So let's get this all up in there. Boop, 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 boop. All right. Make sure I got a nice tight fit. Looks good, and I think that just is going to go onto that. All right. Oh yeah, yeah, and it can go. Well, actually, there's only 2 ways it can go. It can go left or right, I think. Yeah, it kind of. Yeah, you can just, if you're not sure, just put it on top and give it light pressure until it fits in, and it's about perfect right there. So that's good. Let's get that on there. There we go. We got him in, and he's done. Beautiful. All right, you guys, so that is about it for MODOK. I would love to hear what you guys think down in the description below. Are you planning on playing any specific factions, or were you looking for any specific heroes? I have a feeling MODOK was probably not at the top of a lot of people's lists just because he's not that cool. I mean, like, he's kind of cool, I guess, if you're evil. But, you know, well, look for Hulk soon as well, and more Marvel Crisis Protocol videos. And if you like miniatures games, I urge you to click that subscribe button. I do a lot of tabletop games, a lot of miniatures games, a lot of sci-fi, Star Wars games is kind of my focus. And if you like this sort of thing, make sure you hit subscribe. I will talk to you guys later. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.